Come in, Molly. Alley up. Alley up. Good boy. My jacket. Go and lay down, you div. I came in his name. I am saved by his grace. By his grace. I came in his name. I am saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on a mountain top, and up in him every kingdom would not stop. He said, Son of man, worship me. Come over, bend your knee. I said, I came in his name. I am saved by his grace. Oh. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples as we called them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and they told the story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name. I am saved by his grace. You know what? I can't bother to sing. Yeah, I've just woken up. You're lucky I'm here. Let me put this guitar back. I cannot be bothered. My voice is like, no, don't want to sing. Oh, me back. Oh. Hey, Marlo. I know what you are. You ain't pretending. Just pretending because I ain't got up and gone and got you out. Making out you love me. Oh, you're so gorgeous when you do that, aren't you? You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. Is he handsome? Right, go on, get lost, speed it. What? What's Marlo want? Me? What's Marlo want? Marlo want a treat. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? If you just look at me, I'm not going to get you one. Do you want a treat? Yeah, you do want a treat. I knew you did. Right. What time? Right. Right. Maybe now I can sit comfortably, almost. No, because I've got to let him back in when he starts scratching. He's in the garden playing, if you're wondering where he's gone. There we go. Keyboard, mouse, pillowcase. I could just go back to sleep right now. I really could. Wake up, Peter. Wake up, little Peter. It's time to go home. Right, where are we? Every day I look at the human skeleton. Why? Because it fascinates me, that's why. He gave men bigger faces. God. Who? Who gave men bigger faces? God did. I'm created in his image, and he gave me a bigger face than female counterparts. I have rectangular, far apart, deep set eyes with a big brow bone running over the top. Women have rounded, open eyes with close set brow bone. Brow bone. It's not a brow bone, is it? The bridge in the nose and no brow bone. Men have bigger noses, men have bigger teeth, men have wider dental arches to match far apart eyes, and a square jaw to match the two, making him a block, a square, a rectangle, sometimes we say a bowling ball. Because the widest part on a man's face is just below his eyes. The widest part on a woman's face is in the hairline, giving her what we call the upside down egghead, because the jaw slopes inwards and comes to a point. 5-head versus a 4-head. Got it? Excess of copyright material may under certain circumstances be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching and research without the need for formal payment to a copyright holder. To the noddy holder. Think. Oh, copy and paste stream. Wait. Give me that page. Pink Floyd remastered songs. I fell asleep. I wonder why I woke up and that was on. JB, what? Pause. Oh, home. Copy. Tweety. Paste this is. Yeah. There you go. Right. Where am I? I was trying to work out a puzzle for a second. I'm still waking up. Right, I'm back. How you all doing? Enjoy a nice day on the non-spinning stationary flat plane. First in was grand. I just tried to whistle the John Cena theme tune. I am still half asleep, lot. Bible Chicken second. Alpha, how you doing? Patrick, hello. Kyle, hello. And Rachel, hello. Welcome to all of you. Right, let's do some celebrities, shall we? Where did I stop last night? I didn't even realise. Let me have a look. Wait. That is my channel, isn't it? Yeah. Videos. Did I miss a TV? No. Kirby Enthusiasm. That's what I did. Modern Family. I could have sworn I put another TV show in at the end. And I guess I didn't cut it out. I'm an idiot. Alright. Okay. Let me come back. Drink. Alright. I've done Friends. Done The Office. Malcolm in the Middle. Go on then. Let's do Malcolm in the Middle. MM33 father. Frankie Muniz being a star. Cranston. Is Brian Cranston in that? Is he really? Jane Kaczmarek. Eric Pearsullivan. Justin Bearfield. She's definitely a woman, that one. Tanya Raymonde. Two first names, Tanya. Oh my god, will you just open that one for me? There we go. Right, we'll just do the main cast tonight then. Mm, 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 mm. Close. Open. Frankie Muniz. Images. That looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. No, but it's the same face. Do you know what it reminds me of? Uncanny Amanda. Amanda. Reminds me of Amanda. Straight away, the instant reveal in those skulls is it's overpowering. This is a woman, granted, by the wide hairline, the close set eyes, the smaller dental arch, and the sloping jawline with a pointed chin. This is a man due to his wide ass cheekbones, his wide mouth, his wide eyes, and his short forehead. Look, big hand. That's a little girl there. Look at the size of that forehead, straight across the top. Bear in mind, these children have grown up now. Frankie Muniz is no longer able to play Malcolm in the Middle because the little girl is now a grown-up woman. And there's a difference. Look at those male cheekbones, and here there's nothing. Just a sloping jawline and a pointed chin. That is an egghead, and that is a bowling ball. And there's your truth. He stands a head and shoulders above Frankie Muniz. And that's not the way it looks in real life. That being said, not all couples, not all inverted couples match that ratio. That is a big head, Frankie. I don't know who that is. That Bryan Cranston? Look at Bryan Cranston's 5 head. Oh, my head is not shaped like a sodding Tic Tac. Look at it. Final answer. Frankie Muniz is the one. Look at the crow's feet. See all these lines here, ladies? You hate them, right? They're called crow's feet. Men don't get them. And we've got a Getty seal on the image. If you don't believe what I'm saying, tiny, tiny, tiny ears. Right. Need some gates, Frankie Muniz. Didn't something happen with his car once, or was that a Ashton Kutcher prank or something? I think it might be Ashton Kutcher prank. And there, is that the boyfriend and his girlfriend at the world premiere? His girlfriend's massive. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a mighty big man. She's a mighty big man. Why is Frankie Muniz wearing a red dress? It looks like he's wearing a red silk dress. Oh, it's not. It's a t-shirt. Still. That's his mum in real life. Is it really? Frankie Muniz with a small face. Hey, you there with the small face. Come up to my place. Let's get it on. Evening, Pete. You're being shadow banned. I tried to search for you tonight. I can't find you. And you don't do X. Well, X is where you'll always know I'm going to be. And they cut me off for a week. But for what? I don't know. They didn't say. Frankie Muniz. It's a girl. Look at that 5 head. Did I even put your name in the back file, Frankie? What's FM? Oh, it's 3 6s. 666. Copy, Frankie Muniz. Where are we going? Search there. Jazz Jennings. No. Jazz someone. Oh, it's Jazzy Jeff White. Paste. Right, away it goes. Searching Frankie Muniz. Let's see if you've got gates for us all, Frankie. Down the street. Hey, Frankie. Bingo. Starting with, well, it looks like a female Bigfoot, very flat-footed look at the front. That's the one I'm looking for with the boyfriend. Well, that's game over, isn't it? Only one of them showing Q line. Look at the straight legs. Then look at the Q line where the left leg's been left. The left leg's been left behind, look, and it's swinging round and through. That's quite a nice picture of you and your boyfriend. It really gives your boyfriend away. For those of you that don't understand what we're looking at, the male has straight legs, his knees stay together, and his big feet have a space between them. Women, however, don't have a space between the feet, and the back leg is always left behind because the hip is twisted and has to swing that leg in front. Men and women walk similar, but not the same. Not the same. Frankie Muniz, there's a nice one. Again, female Bigfoot. The one in the dress is a dude. The bigger dude, look. Broader shoulders. There's a nice one as well. Jared. It's a little bit offset. That's what we're looking for. The perfect full mince. Not only is she shoulder tilting, she's literally tightrope walking away towards that camera, look. It's a beautiful picture. Forensics at full max. Another one here. You got a space between your feet, mister. With the bony ass knees. But she doesn't. But it's got an Adam's apple. No, it's got an Adam's raisin. It's not the same thing. Go look at your husband. Go look at your sons. Go look at your uncles, your granddads. Look at their Adam's apples. It doesn't look like that. Dude, there's a nice one. Didn't miss it that time, did you, Jared? Perfect full mint. Frankie Muniz. Or Muniz. I don't know how you say it. He sounds like he comes from Muniz. Money. Comes from the chosen country. He must do. He comes from the chosen. He comes from the chosen country. What are we looking for? Frankie Muniz. There she is. Malcolm in the middle. Oh, yeah. And there she is. All them gates, look. That's the only one that we saw. That one there. That one's missing. Oh, that one as well we saw, didn't we? But I'm missing the other three. Frankie Muniz. Malcolm in the middle. Thanks for playing CSI. Let's open that one. Bye, Frankie. Who's next? It is Bryan Cranston, who we've definitely done. BC, what's that? 33, father. Number 33, everywhere. Like I see the number 33. Frankie Muniz by search Bryan Cranston. Away it goes. Bryan Cranston from the Breaking Bad show. I never realised he was Malcolm in the Middle's mummy. Look at that 5 head. That is a... Oh, it is. That needs a rosette tape into it. That does, doesn't it? Bryan Cranston fooled the whole world into thinking he was Walter White, a male meth dealer. Crystal meth dealer. When in fact, it's a female actor. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing... from Star Wars, Ewan McGregor. Anyone else seeing Ewan? I'm seeing Ewan McGregor. Sousa. It's a very small. Draw a triangle, look, and then look at this down and then across. When you look at a real man like me. Oh, I can't do it there. Oh, I can do it here though. Bink. When you look at a real man like me, we have a short forehead and wide eyes. Look at the difference. A short sloping forehead, look, with wide eyes. When you look at an FTM, you get the opposite. You get the long forehead and the close together eyes. It looks different. These are the subtle differences that God left in men and women. They never gave us these lessons at school. If someone had sat down with us at a young age and literally drummed these markers into us, our lives would have been much, much more different. We wouldn't have been as fooled quite so easily. Bryan Cranston, it's a woman. Can you see the 5 head? Can you see the silly moustache that they grow? They always grow these silly moustaches. Part of their disguise. Again, with that 5 head. That is a belter. An absolute ball-busting cranium, that is. Bryan Cranston walking. What is going on there? No, not there. There. Bryan Cranston mincing in the... that looks like Tim Allen. I don't think it is, but... it's not Tim Allen, is it? No. Speedrunners, skaters. Bink. I'm seeing President Zelensky. I don't know why. Breaking Bad. There she is in full mint. Jared. I love your work. Jared's team of investigators catch these people. There's another one in the background there, look. Catch these people en masse. In full mints. Jared's company saves me so much time, it is unreal. Because he shows me every time nearly the gate I'm looking for. There's another one. Is that Ramesh? What's his name? It is. What is Ramesh doing with Bryan Cranston? Oh yeah, of course, they're all inverts. That's a nice flamingo foot, Brian. Oh my, look at the break in that leg. Breaking Bad? No, breaking legs. He looks like the Christian actor, Chris Pratt. I'm seeing a thin Chris Pratt right there. Save that image. It will become a training picture. Look at the state of that broken leg. There is no denying it. There is no unseeing of the forensics once you can see it. It's so simple. Look at the beautiful legs, the chicken nom-noms on Bryan Cranston. Jared again. This would have passed forever and ever had I not been brought into line by God to understand these things, to see these things. Let those with ears listen. Let them with eyes see. The truth is right before you. And the kingdom of God lays within you. The kindness, the mercy, the forgiveness, it all lays within you. It's just been dormant for years. Inline footfall again. Even Jesse Pinkman. Look at Jesse Pinkman in the background with a broken leg. Breaking Bad, breaking legs. It's so simple to see. Bryan Cranston, you must be in the back file, surely. What do you mean you're not in the back file? I must have spelt Brian wrong, surely. Let me let Marlo back in. Marlo. Move. Back off. Right. There you go. Come on then. Alley up. I'm not asking you twice. I'm fed up of repeating myself. And one more. Look at that bad boy mince. Where are we? Back file. What do you mean there's no Bryan Cranston? Oh, I didn't move the Brian div. I bet I've spelled it wrong. Cranston, search again. Right, Bryan Cranston's a bitch. There's no two ways around it. You either see the squashy face or you don't see the squashy face. Look how small that triangle is. Look how big that 5 head is. You can. Is that his husband? Is that his real husband? Yeah, the nerd. Look at the size of his neck. Look at the tie to chin ratio on Bryan Cranston. It's non-existent. Then look at this boost over here. Look at the size of that neck. Jane Kazamak. Oh, that's... Is that the one from the show, is it? I don't know. Either way, that's a beast. Look at the bicep on him. Is that really Bryan Cranston doing that walk? That made me laugh so many times when I saw that. That's what FTM's walk like. He's got a mean looking face, hasn't he? Not Bryan, this dude here. Look at that 1,000 yard stare. Cranston, you got to be in the back file this time, Cranston. Don't wind me up. There he is. I spelt his name wrong. Bryan Cranston. Look at all those miniatures. Read them and weep. Next. Jane Kazamarek. There we go. This is the father, I guess. It is. He's a big dude. He don't look so big there, does he? In the other picture, he towered over him. He's got some big hands. What's that big yellow thing now? It's a yellow ribbon. I thought it was a butterfly. Is that his real wife? Because she's got a nice 5 head, hasn't she? Yeah. Dealing with her divorce. Tell me, which one of them's got the bigger face, the wider mouth, the bigger teeth look? It's right there on show. There's no denying it. That picture there just reminded me of someone. I don't know who it is. I don't like it when I don't know who it is because it's someone I know. Reminds me of someone, it really does. Right, Jane Kaczmarek. I don't know if you're in the back file, mate. Copy. I think you would be, being Malcolm in the Middle's a mommy. Paste. Away it goes. Whilst it searches for Jane Kaczmarek. We will do a face check for you. It's a man. Where was that big smile then? Oh my word. Look at that wide mouth. Look at those dentals. Look at the size of that dental arch. I think some of the smallest teeth I've ever seen. Is it John Cusack I'm thinking of? John Cusack. When she smiles, she got some of the pinkest lips as well. She has got a geisha lip when you see it properly. She doesn't show her teeth hardly ever, look. None of them smiling, look. Not a single shot of those teeth. Look at them puppy dog eyes. The Cupid's bow, look. And they called it puppy love. We're looking at John Cusack. There's Joan Cusack, look. They've got him in the... That's John, and that is Joan. Look at Joan's wide 5 head. Look at the small face. Look at the diamond at the bottom of the face. The triangle, sorry. That's who I'm seeing. Edward Furlong as well, I don't know why. Lips. I did come here for a reason, wasn't it? Oh, it was his teeth. I can't get them. Look at them geisha lips. Little girly Cupid's bow, deep philtrum, pink lips. Oh, on this telly, those lips really stand out. John Cusack. She never smiles. Let's see if we can get him smiling. Very rarely, but there's what we're talking about. Look at the side. I wish you can get that in big for you. Show how small those teeth are, that dental arch is. Look, now that's a full smile, look. I want you to really look how small that dental arch is, look. It's tiny because it's got a thin face. Remember, the eyes, the teeth, everything's regulated by the ratio that God created. Small dental arch, look at it, ready? And then look at that. Oof, look at all those teeth. Look at the width of it. It's a man, final answer. It's a man in drag, final answer. Look at those biceps. He's got guns. Jane Kazarak has got guns. Wow, he looks like Sigourney Weaver. Male cheekbones. Look at that. Check that brow bone there, look. The deep set eyes of a man. It's a big triangle, look. Because the face fills the skull nicely, look. Look how the skull does not bellow outwards, look. It draws inwards. That one bellows outwards right there, though. Look at the state of that five head. Let's come back again. Jane Kazarak, or Kazmarak, I don't know. Are you in the back file? You know what? He's not in the back file. There's no way I've spelled that wrong, is there? Let me get rid of Kazmarak and just put... Actually, let's just put Jane K in there. Right, I think we have to save these pictures as we find them. Walking. Ah, maybe this is why Jane's not in the back file. There's no walking pictures. You got to be kidding me. How has Malcolm in the Middle's dad got no gates? Hello, Wildlife and Fisheries. Jane Kaczmarek. It sounds Polish, doesn't it? And they called it puppy love. Silk dress. You know I like my silk dresses. There's usually a bulge. There's no gates for Jane Kaczmarek. Unbelievable. That's why he's not in the back file. Street. Let's try street. Well, I can't believe it. There's no gates. It's unheard of. Has he only ever been in that show? Surely not. It's not giving me any gates. Right, we're done. Malcolm in the Middle's dad has got no gates. Next. Eric Pearce Sullivan. Open that one. Paste. Eric Pearce Sullivan. Images. Comes from that country I'm not allowed to mention. I can tell by the size of a router. High set, big but high set ears, look. Close set eyes, the sloping soft jawline. It's a little girl, look, with monkey ears. Is that hair grown up? It is. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Eric Pearce Sullivan. Final answer, it's a girl. We did a skull check. Let's go for gates. Walking. Stairfail. Oh, that's a beautiful stairfail. Game over, Eric. Is that a mince? It is. Look at that mince as well. There's not many gates. Is that a running gate? It is. Who's in the gate? Who is it? Looks like Tim Allen. Yeah. Walking, that's it. Are you in the back file, Eric? I don't think Eric's here either. You're not? Oh my gosh. That means those gates are very valuable. What have we got? We've got two, haven't we? It's that one. Save image. The stairfail. Save image. That looks quite dubious. Oh no, she's standing. That's it. 2 gates for Eric Sullivan. Unless AI is removing them all, which is a high possibility because we can't find stuff that we've seen before. Eric O'Sullivan. Eric Pearce-Sullivan. I keep O'Sullivan. I don't know why, but I keep seeing Gollum in a face. Yeah, we're done. I just need your face, Eric. I'll take that one as the young girl, as everyone remembers you. Eric Pearce-Sullivan fails forensics. I don't have that one either. Who's next? Justin Bearfield. I've got to be honest with you, Justin. I don't know your name. Yeah, get off. Open that file. Where's my back file gone? Get off. There they are. Eric Pearce-Sullivan. Bye. Why do you do that? Copy. Paste. Justin Bearfield. Away he goes. Up and down. You think that one looks like Lionel Messi? It does look like Lionel Messi, actually, now you say it. Yep. Young Lionel. Egg-shaped head look. Beautiful bottom lip. Betty Boop bottom lip look. Cupid's bow. Soft, droopy eyes. That lovely little triangle that women get just there at the edges, just above their eyes. Right, we're done. Justin Bearfield is a girl. She's got widest in the hairline, close set coffee bean eyes, small high set ears, the pink lips, the sloping jawline, the Adam's raisin that doesn't turn when she twists her neck, look. And we're done. That's a girl's face. I don't know if I've got this one either. Is that his boyfriend and his what? Who's that? Justin Bearfield net worth. A pair of Transformers on his arms. Do 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 do. How many times do you think normal people have had the pictures taken with a celebrity and not realised? I mean, in this case, it's quite... That one's definitely got a bigger face than that one. The end of story. But how many times do you think normal people have been in the middle of a couple of flip-flops or had the pictures taken with a flip-flop? I know there's a couple with me, with a couple of footballers, a footballer's husband, a band, the Hollies. There's a picture of me with the Hollies way back when. Do you know what? I bet I was massive compared to all of them. I was fat at the time, but I bet I was massive compared to all of them. I can see that picture again. It's like looking... Raish got his picture taken with a footballer, and the footballer's bent down. Because Raish is 7 years old. Raish is bent down in this photo, and Raish's face is slightly bigger than the full-grown man. It is so weird to look at that, you know, that me and him were in the presence of them. I mean, they were nice to us. They was especially nice to Raish. Raish used to love coming to all my magic parties. He's been in some of the biggest parties you've ever seen. Free of charge. Because he's my boy. I'm assuming that we do mingle with them. Because I've got pictures of me mingling with them. They just don't hang around with us. You know. If I'd known they were flip-flops, I'd have charged way more. I'm just saying. Right. Who's this? Justin Bearfield. You're in the backfield, Justin. No, she's not in the back file. Well, we will take that as your 50-50 then. Let's go gate shopping, if she's got any. If I can't find the father, how am I going to find the brother? Walking. Oh, that is in. It's not a good shot, though. That is, though. That's a beauty right there, Justin. Game over. We'll take that one. Save image. Save image. There's one full mince. Have we got any more, Justin? I don't know who that is, but that is such a squashy face. Look at the width in that hairline. Is it Neil Patrick Harris? It looks like Neil Patrick Harris. It's not Neil Patrick Harris though, is it? It is not Dougie Hauser. This is not the Dougie Hauser you were looking for. Oh, one gate. One gate is a perfect gate though, I've got to admit. Street. Street. So we're looking at what's his name? Justin Barfield. I don't know how you say it. And I'll be truly honest with you, I don't give a rat's ass. It's not going to matter when I meet God and the baby Jesus. It's not. Stret. I spell it wrong. Do it again. Street. Now it's still giving the same pictures. We're done. There's one gate for this person. Let's go back and get it. And that egghead. Now we're done. Justin Barfield, whatever your real name is, you Leonardo Messi looking mofo. We're done. Next. Tanya Raimondo. It's two first names, isn't it? Raimondo. Oh, look at the size of him. Oh, he's a beast. Oh, he's got the shoulders of a bricklayer. He's got the chest of a javelin thrower. He's got the jaw of a bulldozer. Yeah. It's a dude. It's a dude in drag. They fooled you. Square jaws, big red lips, giveaway, innit? Instead of seeing little pink ones, big, massive red ones. Look at those tutty pegs. Look at those gnashers. Last time I saw a set of teeth like that, someone had left the lid open on a Steinway piano. Size of that. I literally want to lay in front of him and play on his teeth. Bink, a bush, a bink, a bush, a bink, a bush, a bink. Will I ever do a live stream outside? I can't do a live stream outside. I don't have the capability to do a live stream outside. I don't have a phone that does that. Or the capability of doing that. I'm on pay as you go. I can't even pay my internet bills at the minute. State of them legs. Look at that. Huge chicken nom nom. Compared. Demons in the kneecaps, as we can see. Bloke in a bikini. Sleepy as I'm still half asleep. Come on, give us some gates. Tanya don't want to give me Nish. Walking. Can I get your name and put it in the back file? What's that? That's it. Copy. And paste is back file, Peter. Back file. Goodbye, Justin. Tanya Raimondo. He has got a nice gate there. That's the second one I've seen, isn't it? Or is that the same one? No, it's the second one. There's the other one. If you're not into my back file, I've got you here. 3 gates, if I'm lucky. Let it search. There's another one there. Look at that. Look at that tightrope walker. If you want to argue that this isn't real, explain this picture to me. Explain the straight-legged man with the bony-ass knees together and the space between his feet. Then explain to me the chicken nom-nom thighs, the crossed-over legs, one foot in front of the other at 8 and 4 o'clock. Fire away. Do I have a natural YouTuber or Facebooker who has a natural born? Not big names, no. You can only find natural people at lower levels. I've never found a natural person at high level. It's impossible. You have to be in the club. Back to the top. I like that one as well. Are you in the back file, Tanya? If you're not, you're going to be. Right, let's take these gates. I'll take that one, the first one we saw. Ski whiff. Save images. Size of that chicken, nom nom. I'll take that as your second off TikTok. I'll take that as your third. No, don't tempt me there, you div. Stop! Yeah, I don't know where. Ah, there it is. Tanya Raimondo. That one. 3. Wow, his shoulders are really showing in that one. Look at the size of that upper body strength there. And we want this one, don't we? Sebeda Image. 4 gates, that'll do. Tanya Raimondo. 2 first names. Let's go back. And we'll take... Ooh, I like that one, but it's too small. That's better right there. I think that's 50-50-ish. Yeah, we'll take that one. Save image. And we're done. Just like that. Tanya Raimondo fails forensics. Who's next? John Cusack. Is that really all of Malcolm in the Middle? Wait 1 second. I've only got 2 of them done. Malcolm in the Middle. Give me more cast members. Oh, there we go. Christopher Masterson. CM 33, son of Man Code. Emmy Cugaladio. Hayden Pantier. Now we've definitely got Hayden Pantier, so we'll start there. Copy. Back file. Paste. Away you go. Hayden Pantier. It's a dude. Massive set of teeth. Deep set far apart eyes. Short, wide, sloping forehead look. It's not a 5-head look. Images. It looks like he's on Star Trek there. Shadow casting short. Where is it? That's a nice face picture. It's a bowling ball head. It really is. Look at the shoulders on him. But it's the clothes. No, it's the body. It's the skeleton. Hayden Pantier. Hayden wears panties, yeah? I want a better face picture. That one's better. It's too small. Can we get a bigger one? That one's better. Wide ass cheekbones, large low set ears, wide mouth, a square jawline. They've feminised his chin. He's got a short sloping forehead. It's a short line down but a wide across. It's supposed to be a wide across and a long down on a woman. We're done. He's got a big head, Hayden Pantier. Is that him in a bikini? Jared, I love your hair, but what's that? Oh my God. Does that look like a set of women's hips? Does it really? I can even see the Adonis belt kicking in. It's terrifying. That reminds me, I've forgotten to put the ironing board away. Back file, you've got to be there. There's no way Hayden Pantier is not there. There she is. There he is. There's Hayden. Get rid. Oh no, I need to do walking photos for you lot at home. Oh, we're done. We are so done. Straight legs, knees together. Same on the left. Look at the chin to tie ratio on that behemoth in the background. There's another one. Straight legs, knees together, space between his feet. There's another one. On both look. Both men look. Is he a lesbiana? Is that his boyfriend, the one with the big neck? There's another one. Dinka Dinka Dosh. That looks like a Q line. Oh, it is a Q line. Male bum. Right. Here's a real good marker for you. The slit up the bum cheek. On a real woman, because she's got childbearing hips, she's got a bigger ass. You've really got to understand this, boys. That men have this little bum crack. And women have this, it's almost double, I'd say. This huge bum crack compared to that of a man. Because we don't have a womb, you see. There's like 4 inches extra minimum of looking. Where are we? Who's we doing? Aidan Pantier. Right, we're done. This is a dude. Next. I need one more of these. Emmy Colligado. I don't think I've got this one. I don't know the name. Search images. Open back file. Hayden Pantier by Emmy Colligado. It's Bruce Lee with a chin implant. The real Bruce Lee, that is. Much bigger head. Wider cheekbones. Large, low-set ears. Such a square jawline. See, it doesn't matter which country we go to. The male always has wider cheekbones and a wider face. It's the way God designed it, you see. He didn't want you messing up along the way. Yeah. Abby Horniak. I don't know who that is. We need gates on Emmy Colligado. Walking. There's nothing. We're done. I don't think he's in the back file, is he? I don't think he's going to be there. This one will be though. Christopher Masterson. It's the one. It's the one that looks like Doogie Howser. Look at the Mickey Mouse ears in the corner. Look at this triangle that forms on a woman's hairline there. Like you see it. It's really clear because the skull from the eye socket, look, from the corner of the eye socket, bellows outwards. Look in each direction, giving her the widest head. The tallest, longest head is the true fact of what I'm talking about. Women get a taller skull, especially when you're giving them testosterone. This thickens. This doesn't thicken. The brow bone thickens on a man. The ears get bigger. The nose thickens. The jaw thickens. But the forehead, the five head, does not thicken on a man. Even though a man's got a bigger skull, he has a bigger face, not a smaller face. Women have this small face that these so-called celebrity men have. Christopher Masterson. Let's get rid of it. Paste. Searching. Christopher Masterson. Images. Oh my gosh. Neil Patrick Harris versus Christopher Masterson. It looked like Neil Patrick Harris. It's the same all over the world. Ryan Reynolds versus Ryan whatever it is. Gosling. The reason we see these identical faces, or similar doppelganger faces as they call them, is because we're looking at the same skulls. We're looking at this skull over and over again, a woman's face. I will grant you that they could be family. They could be cousins, sisters, whatever. I don't know what goes on behind these closed doors. They could be. But I will accept I will accept that they are family first before they are cloned. Alright? Cloning is real if you believe that people can have families. And I do. I've got a family. My son looks and sounds like me. He's a clone of me. He's not me, but he's a clone of me because he's from my genitals. You understand? That's the way God invented cloning. A cloning of yourself between you and someone you love and someone who loves you back, that you have this baby created by you both. That's cloning. What they're saying is they can take one of my pubic hairs, grow it in a little Tesco's bag until it's a full-grown me. Okay, I'll enter La La Land for a second. You've taken one of my pubes, you've grown it in a bag, you've got a full-grown me. Is it going to have my accent? Is it going to have my voice? Is it going to have all my mannerisms and personalities? Can it feed itself? Can it go to the toilet? Does it know anything? It doesn't know anything. It needs to be trained for 20 years at least to bring up some type of adult brain into that clone that you're talking about. Unless you're telling me that they can, input using a computer, quantum mechanics, they can input a personality that's the same as me into that clone. Now we have left La La Land and we're in absolute Schnorbits land, aren't we? Squashy face, oh squashy face, what are they feeding you? I'm seeing Chris Martin, I'm seeing Jensen Button, I'm seeing so many faces. The small faces, look. You got it yet? It's not difficult. Chris Masterson, you're in the back file, you must be. Yes, you are. Let's put Pew into there. And there is your Malcolm in the Middle investigation. There it is. Tart. Malcolm in the Middle. There you go. Oh. Malcolm. Malcolm in the Middle. Bink. And there we go. Malcolm in the Middle. Done. Abby, what was it? Abby someone? I can't remember. Abby Hornacek. A journalist. He looks like Megyn Kelly. Rectangular far part eyes, massive set of gnashers. Let's put you in the back file, Abby. See if you're there. I've lost your name again. Copy. Paste. Do 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 do. Husband, your wife's got. Is that the same person there? No. But he's still got bigger teeth than this tall woman. They've both got big teeth. Nah, look at them shoulders. Oh my gosh. G-unit. It's a G unit. Look at the FTM here with a soft looking face. It's weird, isn't it? I reckon all the really posh people in the world are flipped. I've just got this feeling. I've been to a few posh houses, I have. Abby Hornacek. Not giving me anything walking. Uh-oh. Well, this is game over. Oh, maybe one there. I don't know if that's him. Abby Hornacek says it is. I don't know if he's standing in that one. I don't know if that counts. Oh, it's definitely a dude. Size of that shoulder. There's not many pictures. See if you're in the back file, Abby, before we go anywhere. Is it? Oh, would you believe it? It's already been done. Paste. Abby Hornacek. There you go. Done. Next. I can't find those other gates. There's hardly any pictures anyway. Let's get rid. Next. Is that the only one? That is the only one. Right, I'll pick another TV show. Bink. Bye, Malcolm. Oh, I didn't even cut Malcolm in the middle out for the channel. That was close. You fill up my senses, Malcolm in the middle. Am I spelling that right? No, there's an L in there. Dang it. I knew it didn't look right. Malcolm in the middle. Right, we're going to need some more added on to that. Still going there. Oh my gosh. And there. There we go. 52 minutes. Create. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's have another TV show then. Oh, what's that show that they all... Supernatural, is that the one? Supernatural. I don't know if that's the right TV show I'm thinking of. Right, we'll take this one anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, are they all FTMs? 5, 6. And there's a couple of dudes. I'll take them 2 as dudes. Right, let's go. Supernatural. I'm sure this isn't the show I'm thinking of. It's the one with kids in it. It's not the one I'm thinking of, but it'll do. Images. Jensen Ackles. Definitely in the back file because the name rings a bell. Paste. Paste. Jensen. Right, searching Jensen Ackles. Oh, don't do it. Why would you do that? There we go. Small face, close set eyes, high set ears, pink bottom lips, look. Soft jawline. Yeah, one of them's got deep set eyes, look. The pink lips, the soft teeth, the soft smile, the high set ears, the flat forehead, look. It's not the biggest, tallest forehead. She's still got quite a high eyeline. I think they might have pulled a hairline down a bit on this one. Or add some implants. They come in and they implant hair to give it a short forehead. She got beautiful eyes. Bright eyes, burning like fire. There's a Getty seal right there, look. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. That looks like the Jezebel. We're looking at our look. Remember, shush. Remember, look, fallen angels, shush. I'll take that picture, prick. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. We're out of pictures. We've done a skull check anyway, didn't we? So let's go for gates. Oh, we got gates everywhere. They're coming out the shumpter. There we go. It's diamonds and full mints from female Bigfoot. Full mints. Oh, look at that diamond. Oh, look at that gate. Female. Female. Look at that diamond. It's beautiful. Broken leg. Beautiful. I like that. Jensen Ackles from Flamingo. Jared, I love your work, but what's that? That's better. Full mints. Full mints. Inline footfall. Tightrope walker. All of them are, look. Flamingo foot. Female. Look at the size of that ass. Getting on invisible motorbike, look. Full mints, full mints. Oh, there's a dude in the background. Who would have known? And again, Jensen Ackles. Look at the state of that gate. His knees don't even close at all, do they? I'm trying to walk like a man. There's just one problem. God gave you a female skeleton. Can't walk straight, even if you tried. They walk like they've cacked the pants, don't they? How many gifts are there of this person? Straight-legged boy on the right with a big neck, a shoulder tilt, a hip twist, and a beautiful diamond for Jensen Ackles right there. Jensen Ackles fails forensics. Here's your first one. Jensen Ackles, see you later, love. Next, Jared Padalecki. Jared Padalecki. Give me that name. Images. She's got squashy face. She's got soft eyes. Who's got the widest face, the widest jawbone, look? And they'll stand in front of any wall, these Freemasons, as long as it's a brick wall. Who's this? Jared Padalecki. Did I put you in the back file, Jared? Nope. Paste. Right, it's searching for Jared Padalecki from, what are we looking at? I can't remember. Oh, Supernatural. Well, he's got a big face, hasn't he? Bright eyes, burning like fire. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. I'm seeing Jim Carrey in some of these pictures, just as I'm blasting down the list. Remember, they'll wink their eyes and stick their tongues out, look. Jared Padalecki. Yeah, final answer. This is a girl. Let's get a close-up on that 5 head. There we go. Widest in the hairline with a widow's peak. Wide at the top. Wide down, but short at the eyes, look. Pink lips, high set ears, rounded jawbone, no trachea, no Adam's apple, no mastoids. That right there is a female skull walking. Jared, I love your work. Full mints from Flamingo. Flamingo, that was a stair fail. Look at that full mints. That is gorgeous. Jared, I love your pick. You saved me so much time. Where is your stair fail? Right there. Game over. 1000% sure that this is a woman. Only a woman opens her legs and creates diamonds when walking or descending stairs. And when descending stairs, it is exaggerated. It is concentrated. Do you understand? My name is Michael Caine. Not a lot of people know that. Bink. Let's put you over there. Open this one. Jared Padalecki. See you later, Jared. Next. Right there. Misha Collins. MC, 33. 2 first names. A girl's name and a boy's name. Colin and Misha. Open.
I wonder if my mental health nurse was secretly transgendered because she dated a footballer. Yeah. And if she's dating a footballer, she's got to be a dude, hasn't she? Pink lips, Cupid's bow. Same here, look, without the Cupid's bow though. Misha Collins. Small skull. Small face. 5 head. Look at those pink lips. This television, honestly, the colours on it are unbelievable. Misha Collins, walking. How long have I been straining my eyes for? That's the question. There. From female Bigfoot, it's no good to me. That's better. That is in line, female Bigfoot. It's not a good shot. There's a nice one. Offset. That's a GIF. I was hoping it was going to show me full mints. Misha Collins stiffing me on the gates. There's one. Oh, there is one. It's a shame your legs are missing. There's a dude on the left. How can a light that shines so brightly suddenly shine so dim? Bright eyes. Misha Collins, you in the back file, Misha. Because you ain't got no gates. He's not, she's not, there's nothing. We're gone. See you later, Misha. Next, Mark Shepherd. Copy, paste, back file. Paste. And searching, was it? Searches. We'll come back to class. Mark Shepherd Crowley, known as Crowley. Crowley. Question, I'm a 38-year-old male and I have a widow's peak. Men aren't supposed to get them. Depends what you're classing as a widow's peak. You might just have a tuft of hair. It's not the same. Oh my, is that real? Oh, it's... I was just going to say, why can I see a shadow of his forehead? Now that was a widow's peak. Did you see it? You see, when we look at a real widow's peak, you see, I'm going to see loads of skull, aren't I? Heaps and heaps of skull, because that's how it's usually shown. Because FTMs go bald. They get male pattern baldness, and the widow's peak refuses to die, usually. It won't give up the ghost. A lot of people they mischaracterize themselves. People say, oh, I've got a big flat 5 head and I'm a man. And then you look at them and they've got a huge sloping forehead instead. I've had it done many times. People say, I've got this and I've got that. When I see a picture of them, I'm like, you're full of shite. I'm not saying you're full of shite. I'm just saying you might be mischaracterizing what you've got. Remember, with a real widow's peak, you're going to get close set eyes, high set ears, pink lips, and a sloping jawline to boot. One characteristic is not enough for me. It can be when it comes to FTM. When it comes to celebrities, is enough for me sometimes. When it comes to real people in the real world, one characteristic is certainly not enough for me. I've met men with female digit ratios. I've met women with male digit ratios, and they've still been men and women. Yeah, I believe when we're born, or when we're being born, all these needles, I reckon they all do this to us. I reckon they're... because you're using a legal name, the government's allowed to do whatever it wants to you. Yeah. Mark Shepherd walking. It's definitely a girl. Female posture. female posture. No gates. Looks like your supernatural actors are not very famous. I'll give it another shot. Street. Yeah, Mark Sheppard. You got no gates. You got no nothing. Backfile. Would you Adam and Eve it? Don't ask me. It can only be AI. I can only put this down to AI that these gates are not here. Because AI is removing the damn things. Look, 4 gates. And yet, when we came down that walking set there, and street, I did them both, look, walking and street, I got no pictures. Mark Sheppard. Next, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. 3 first names. Oh, we've definitely got this one. Copy, paste. There we go. Joffrey. Right, it's searching for Jeffrey. Jeffrey's got a flat 5 head with close set eyes, look. There is no denying it once you can see these things. When you first learn to do this, it feels like a curse. Because you don't want to see it in all these people, but it's there. After a while, you're going to come to recognize it's a blessing. It's not a curse that you can see these things, that you know the world's flat, that you know you're not spinning, that you know dinosaurs never existed, that space is fake. All these lies that they've told us. It all feels a bit cursive when you learn it because of the way people treat you. You feel like you're an outcast, the leper, right? For knowing the truth. But you was pre-warned. Orson Welles told you that in the start of the 21st century, anybody discovering the truth would be deemed crazy and mental by his peers and his friends. And this is true. This is exactly what has happened to myself and others like me. Naturals, that is. We'll talk about natural people. Remember, the flip-flops don't have any. They just pretend. Right? Like Jibby and all the rest of them that I used to hang around with. They all pretended to be outcast. They all pretended to be struggling to pay bills and all the rest of it. It's only natural people that struggle. The flip-flops don't struggle. The life is paved out before them. I don't even think they pay any bills. I really don't. I don't think they've got electric, gas, rent, mortgage. And if they've got any of them, it'll cost them pennies, cents each week instead of hundreds of pounds like it does the rest of us. It's a 2-tier system. If you want me to think there isn't 2-tier banking for them, there's another place that you can go. It's a place where the sun doesn't shine. He's got big hands, that one there, hasn't he? He's got big hands. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, biologically a woman, proven by her face. We have a flat 5 head, close set eyes, high set ears, pink lips, a soft jawline. He's probably had a chin implant and that's it. But it's a small face. It always is a small face. Oh, where is it? Renee. Was it Renee? It was Renee, wasn't it? No, not that one. That one. Renee. Where? Hello, Kirsten. There. You're right about the term Christians because they argue over denominations. I totally agree. Right? I'm a follower of Christ. You can call me Christian. You can call me whatever you want. Like Jesus said when he got to court, I am whoever you say I am. He never admitted to it, did he? It's not this. It was this one. There it is. Peter, Jesus Christ is called the Son of God because of the conception of Mary. Yeah, I understand that, Renee. But he never called himself the Son of God. He said, I am he who you're looking for. Because he was one in the same spirit, right? For me. But again, this is a denomination I'm making here. That only because Jesus called himself the Son of Man do I refer to it in this manner. That's why my name is the Son of Man. It's not the Son of God. It's not God in the flesh. It's the Son of Man. Jesus was talking about men like me and women like you. when he spoke to he was talking to natural people. You do understand this, surely, yeah? And I understand he is the only begotten Son of God. Oh, I agree. He is. I have John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. I agree. But Jesus never called himself that, did he? He called himself the Son of Man, which is the only reference I use to him being so. I'm not saying that he wasn't God in the flesh. I'm not saying that he wasn't the Son of God. Whoever Jesus was, they changed the calendars for him. They literally reset the clock when they killed him to 0. So I'm not going to argue with anyone, especially not you, Renee. I'm not going to argue with anyone about what your conception of what he's called. If you call God Yahuwah and you call Jesus Yahushua, it does not affect me. The reason I say this is because through 13 years of persecution, through knowing the truth, and for the 7 years that I did Flat Earth, 6-7 years of Flat Earth that I did, there was one name that rocked the boat of every single one of these flip-flops, whether it was the Jezebel, Jibby, it didn't matter. There was one name that rocked their boat, and that name is Jesus Christ. Amen. It was Jesus every time. When I mentioned the baby Jesus, they flipped out. All the flip-flops flip out. They use his name. They open movies with blaspheming his name. Jesus in Christ. Oh my King God. They blaspheme all the time because they know that God is real. They know that God sent a messenger. They know that this great awakening has to come. Just for the saving of your soul. SOS. Not the synagogue of Satan. SOS. SOS, the saving of our souls. They knew in the olden days when them boats sank and they sent out that Morse code. Did. Dot, dash, dot. That was save our souls. They knew you had a soul. Modern day people don't have this concept that God exists, that he listens, and that he created you in his image and gave you a soul, blessed you with a soul. So when these people tell me that the Bible's fake and that God doesn't exist and that there's no Jesus and I've got to call him Yeshua, when I meet God, he's not going to be mad at me because I call him God. When I meet Jesus, he's not going to be mad at me because I call him Jesus. The glory is in recognizing that God is real and eternal, and that he created you in his image. That is the only thing you need to know about all of these subjects. People are like, oh, you talk too much about the flip-flops and not the flat earth and not this. I don't care about the other subjects. You got to remember, I've been doing this 13 years. I've been down all those rabbit holes. There's nothing in them rabbit holes for me. Nothing. But this one, it just kept giving and giving and giving. The more I did it, the more I learned, the more I understood what was going on, the closer I came to God through this subject. Flat Earth taught me that God existed, for sure. I instantly realised, in an instant, all my synapses, whatever you call them in the brain, they all just clicked together and went, God! They're hiding God, Peter. I understood it. And I was driven. It was a passion of Christ inside of me, whatever you want to call it, the passion of God. It was inside of me. I couldn't stop it. It was like a snowball effect. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger till people thought I was crazy. If I'm crazy in love. I'm crazy in love with God. I'm crazy about the truth. I'm crazy if that's the case. If you think I'm actually crazy, you're wrong. You're the one that hasn't done the research. You're the one that hasn't taken the time out to understand physics and biology and chemistry and how all these things actually work. Instead of taking someone else's research and taking that as gospel. Research means that you actually take all the information and then you research it yourself till you have an answer. Not Jeffrey Dean Morgan's answer, not Einstein's answer, your answer. And I'm telling you, it's shocking when you know that you're right. It's mental. By all rights, every one of us that know the truth should be crazy out of our minds. Absolutely gaga for what they've done to us. But we're not. That's the redeeming factor in all of this, when you find faith that God does exist. I didn't just find faith, I found the information to prove to. In the beginning it was faith that God existed. When I realized the earth was flat, the only answer was God, but I had to research that answer. And I went through the Bible, I went through the Quran, I went through Vedic text, I went through Buddha's who's the Chinese guy, Confucius. I went through all the gurus. And there are great words of wisdom throughout this world. In all the scriptures, there's some great words of wisdom. But all these books, all this history, all this knowledge was granted to you by the people that did this to Jeffrey Morgan. Jeffrey's a girl. Jeffrey shouldn't have a beard. Jeffrey should have a pair of breasts. Jeffrey should have had a normal lifestyle, but didn't. Instead, someone forced the celebrity villa on her, and she's never had a choice, that's for sure. I think that they are controlled. I really do. I think the power, Satan wouldn't allow that freedom that God allows. All these people are on chains and shackles. If they do have pizza parties and they are cannibalistic, God will deal with them if the people in this world don't first. If those in power or those who come to be in power don't deal with them, God will. It's that simple. We're all going to get judged. Let him without sin cast the first stone. And I am not without sin. All right, I haven't done what these people have done. And I haven't had pizza parties and I haven't been cannibalistic. Or at least I don't think I have. According to Rabble Finkelstein, what's his name? Rabble Finkelstein in Chicago. The Sausage King of Chicago. If you watch that video in the 1970s, when that rabbi literally tells you we put people in the sausages, it made me want to puke when I heard those words. That they're actually doing it. And if that's the case, oh my gosh. I don't even want to know. But God said you'll know the truth and it will set you free. And if I shouldn't be eating meat, God will let it be clear to me. Don't eat sausages. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to eating prawns, the chosen people chose those foods for me to eat, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't give a shit about what the chosen people have got to say anymore. Because they chose to lie to us. They chose to change the shape of the world. They changed the shape of men and women's faces. That's what we're talking about, shape shifting. They're actually shifting sexes. This is a woman. She shifted to a male-looking sex. She'll never be a male, but she looks and sounds like a male. They gave her a male name, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. They give her 3 male names. Boy, boy, boy. It's like saying boy, boy, boy. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And there are people out there that don't care that the earth's flat. They don't care if this is happening. Don't bang your heads on the wall. I spent years trying to convince people the earth was flat, and even with someone who's really intellectual, they can't see it. They just can't see the brainwash. They can't see the lie. But this subject, it destroys them. It literally does. I've got more friends back in the last 6 years because of this subject than all of the other subjects put together. So when you ask me to talk about other subjects, I don't want to. I've been through flat earth. It's a waste of my time. The earth's flat. There's nothing I can do about it. God created a flat stationary plane, as it tells me in the holy book that I'm not supposed to believe in or have any faith in. When you choose the righteous path, the narrow path, it's difficult. It is. God's never going to give you anything more than you can handle. Is he? I'd be happy with a tent in God's garden. I would! Just give me a tent in the backyard, God. My belief, Renee, is that Jesus did pay for my sins. This is my faith. That's what Jesus said. It requires an amount of faith to get into heaven. It's not just on your works alone. It's not just been in the knowing that God's there for me. I have to have faith that He's going to treat me the fairest of all over Satan, because I was born into lies. I didn't create this world. I might have added to it during 40 years of my life, but for the last 13 years, I've tried to take myself and withdraw. You all know what this feels like. Right? You want to withdraw yourself from the world, from society, from your friends. You don't want to go out and talk to people because they're all brainwashed. And I understand it fully, I really do. But if you don't talk to them, who will? Communications let me down. Well, it used to. I've learned to communicate a lot better. I've learned to empathize a lot more. Knowing that I'm awake, you're awake, the people around you are not. So you have to have empathy, you have to have mercy and forgiveness, even though they might not have mercy and forgiveness for you. Like I've just found out in the last 2 months, 2 of my best friends have I've fallen out with them, and I've known them all my lives, and I'd never thought I'd fall out with these people, but I have. No matter how much you teach someone the truth, they're not you. They may not love the truth as much as you. They may not find God. They may not love God as much as you. That's why you was awakened first. That's why you saw His fingerprint in life. You heard His voice in your mind, right? I'm not talking about an audible bollocks. Just in your own thoughts. You asked Him questions, and I know He answers. He's done it to me so many times. That's how I know when I meet God. He's going to say, "Yeah, Peter, I showed you this, I showed you that, and I showed you this." Or He's going to do it even more than 3 times, because He's done a lot of things in the last 13 years that Satan doesn't know about. Again, this is my personal thoughts and opinions on this. When you meet God, because God's been there all the time, Satan hasn't. Satan can only be there through cameras and microphones and listening devices. God can listen to you inside your own mind. When you make a prayer, God listens. God hears it, whether you think He's listened or not. Whether He responds or not is a different question. But I've had responses to questions that the only thing I can say, it's the closest thing to miracles. And twice He used nature. Twice He used nature to answer me. And I was just like, sat there laughing. Just the way He sits there laughing at me when I work these things out. When I worked out the earth was flat, I know that God was laughing in heaven, because He knew another one of His children had woken up to the lies. I knew that the angels were rejoicing. My ancestors, my family, were all rejoicing in heaven that I had woken up. Imagine if right through time, from the beginning of time, that not one of your family members make it into heaven. Imagine that. That not one of them realised God existed. Not one of them did a good deed, if you like, in their lives. I wish I'd been good all my life instead of the last 13 years, but I cannot change time. You know, all this Back to the Future bollocks and all. It's impossible. God made time linear. Start at A, end at B. You have a beginning of your life, you have an end of your life. And everything in between those 2 points is going to be judged by the one who created all things and all life in this world. I can't wait to meet Him. I can't. Supernatural. Post. What? YouTube's hiding messages. Right, okay, right. Where are we? Which one's mine? Is that one? I'll show you again. Live. What? YouTube's hiding messages. Right, okay. Pause. There's your chat. I don't know why it's down there. Oh, it's because I've got the screen smaller on this one. There's your chat. If you go into chat, here, top chat, look. See it? It should be on live chat. I've got it on the wrong one. So even I'm missing messages this time. If you don't put it on live chat, which is where we are now, you get top chat, and that's been edited by YouTube, I believe. Also, I can't remember what I was going to say. There's two things about the chat. So when you type stuff in and you don't see it, it's because you're not looking at the same chat as us. There's top chat and there's live chat. The selection is there. I don't know why it's doing that. So when you type stuff in and you don't see it mode, full screen. No, that is. I can't do it. I don't know why. If you want my attention, you put the @ sign, and then when you put G2, it'll just find me, look. At G2G, you get my full name, so there's no missing or messing of it. If you put a space, or you put an extra space, or you put a dot or anything, I will not see this message. It will not come up as I'm about, look. When I put my name in properly and say hi, that's how it shows on my screen. See it? Big bright orange letters grabs my attention. When you've got a request, when there's a troll in chat, whatever it is, at G2G. It don't matter who I put it at, look. At cool, CO. As soon as I put CO in, cool arrow appears, look. And I can say hi to cool. Only it doesn't say orange in mine, look. But on his screen, it will say hi in orange. You got it? Same lot. At Anna, A-N. As soon as I put A in, Anna Sousa appears. I go, hi. It doesn't orange on my screen, no, but on Anna's screen, it's orange. It's got her attention that I'm saying directly to her. Hi. You got it? That's how we do it. Right, let's come back. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Supernatural. Did we post that Supernatural post? We did. There's 4 of them. Let's go up. Let's finish this set off. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jim Beaver. Jim's definitely got a beaver. Welcome to the show if you're new. There are many liars in this world. They're in real life. They're on the TV screen. They're on the radio. They're in the magazines and the newspapers. They're even on YouTube. But they've all got power and place and influence over you. Like Mr. Beast or whoever. You'll never find a top celebrity that is not inverted. Not only did they invert them, they give them stupid names like Jim Beaver. Jim should never have a beaver because he's a bloke, but Jim's a girl, so Jim does have a beaver. So they called him Jim Beaver. Britney's got a spear. Between Britney's leg, he's got a dick. Britney has got a spear. Brad Pitt, between Brad Pitt's legs is a pit, a vagina, a hole, a Brad Pitt. Boris and Dwayne have got no Johnsons. They love to tell you. They love to tell you what they are. I'm seeing that comedian, Louis C.K. Another liar, C.K. Teddy Tree. Jim Beaver. You in my back file, Jim? Copy. Paste. Search. While it searches for Jim, we'll give Jim a skull check. Jim's got close set coffee bean eyes. High set, big but high set ears. The small mouth. She got a beautiful 5 head, widest in the hairline. She cones at the top. It's a 50-50 face look. The face is pushed downwards. There's a massive 5 head. And the only place I see a massive 5 head in reality is on a female skull. If a man's got a bigger head, and men have bigger heads anyway, but I'm talking about a real big head, his forehead is still short. It's massive, but it's short. The ratio remains the same. Men get spread faces, women get squashy faces. And right there is a squashy face, look. It's a small triangle. FTMs. FTM walked into bar. Bartender said, why the long face? Walking. Why the small long face? Jim's got no gates. Jim's not happening. See you later, Jim. You're not interesting. Next. Genevieve Padalecki. Genevieve Padalecki. The most annoying ones is inverts teaching trans investigation till it applies to them, then they pretend like it doesn't. Are we talking about Bevy? Is that what we're talking about? Or Mr. E? They all deny it, right? I learned many different techniques of doing this from many different channels. Hans Worm Hat. Flip-flop. Michelle XX. Flip-flop. Mr. E. Mystery. A flip-flop. And it did gut me when I found out Bevy's in the club as well, but there's no I can do about it. Bevy was my favourite teacher. Out of all the teachers I've had, Bevy was my favourite teacher. Bevy taught me the most. Bevy actually corresponded with me when I spoke to her. So, the others never did. I very rarely got a reaction. Mind you, I did kick Mr. E off the Flat Earth channel. I didn't kick him off, someone else did, because that's when I used to give people wrenches. And that's why none of you get a wrench. I don't have moderators, because that way, you know if you get kicked off my channel, it's me that did it, nobody else. As I learned from all these people, none of them taught me schools the way I teach you. I had to learn all the school stuff myself from literally studying these two faces over and over, and all the versions of them. You know, like this one. Skull and Gay Tits will use this, even though I think they've blended two skulls together there. I see the biggest difference in that one there. That's how it's supposed to look. There's a couple of versions of this. Not this one, look. That one. It gives a true definition of what you're looking for. Not the skulls being the same size. Not the skulls looking very similar. Oh, they do look similar, but they're not the same, right? You can see the rectangular eyes, look. The deep set. The much light. See this black line here, look. The orbital openings where the veins and everything connect to your eye sockets. Your eyeballs, sorry. They're so much bigger on the man than on the woman. So much longer. The woman has rounded open eyes, look. The man has this huge brow bone over the top. The woman doesn't. The woman has the two, what do I call them? Devil horns, or whatever you want to call them. Two dimples in the head. The man doesn't, look. You can see quite clearly the woman has a flat 5 head. And the man has a 4 head. You can visibly see by drawing a triangle, the man has a bigger face than that of a woman. Get on your bed. Beat it. So, we're looking at... Genevieve Padalecki. Are you in the back files, Genevieve? Copy. Paste. Open. Jim Beaver was not in the back file. Paste. Copy. Right. Let's rock into this one. See if you've got... well, let's do your face first. Open, says me. Rectangular far apart. Look at that short sloping forehead. You do see this, right? Just like mine. Wide cheekbones, wide mouth, rectangular eyes, and a square jawline. Look at the jaw in the corner. Look at the side. Remember, they've bossed this one down. They've shaved it all down to make it look womanly, and still the man's face is there, right? Still the man is dominant on the screen. Again, look at the huge diesel of a jawline. Get your seal of approval to tell you that you are looking at a dude. Searching for the back file. Open. Here we go. So, as far as the world's concerned, you've been lied to. They've taken a big dump on you from an almighty great height. They don't want you to know that God exists. Even though they told you he exists, they made it unbelievable to you. That miracles can't happen. Oh, I believe in miracles. I definitely do. When prayers are answered through nature, that's a miracle happening, right? That's God's talk. That's God talking to you. And I've seen it a few times in my life where God has done something in nature that answered a question I asked him, I don't know, 48 hours before or something. And he's going to say to me, remember, Peter, remember when you was in the park, Peter, and that thing happened? That thing happened when you asked me a question and I answered you with nature. Yes, God, that was you. Genevieve Padalecki. Listen, at all. He's not even in the back file. He is a man. That was a nice picture for your face. Where was it? It was a nice 50-50. We'll take that as your head. What is a 50-50? Right, so when I'm looking at a picture for putting these skulls on, if I was to move the face up, so the skull at the top, the chin had virtually hit the halfway point, look. So half of this picture is skull, and the other half, look, is space. So when I'm looking to transplant or transfer this picture onto these celebrities, I'm looking for a picture where half of the picture is face and half of it is space. Does that make sense to you? Right. We're going to need gates on Genevieve Padalecki. Walking. Is this the husband of the other one? He had that name. It's a man. Look at the strength on those legs. The stride. I meant the stride, not the strength. The stride. Struth, there's a black down there with no strides on. Genevieve is definitely not a Genevieve. Is that him there as well? He's short there. I thought he was bigger than that. That's a big tall girl, that one, isn't it? Look at that mince. Look at that. Look at the state of this one. She shat herself. Look at that diamond. She's getting on an invisible motorbike and she's tightrope walking. Tell me, how is it possible that we didn't notice this? Because they never taught us it. If someone had sat us down at 4 years old and said, this is the way men walk and this is the way women walk, we would have seen this much sooner. If we'd actually paid attention when Nana said, never trust a man whose eyes are too close together, if she'd actually explained it, that men have far apart eyes and women have closer eyes, I would have understood that every time I saw a man with closer eyes, I'm looking at a woman. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, where am I? Click. Back to there. We're done. Who's this? Genevieve Padalecki. Look at the state of that. Straight legs, knees together. It's a bloke. How have I not got you in the back file, Genevieve? Let's take these gates. 1, save image. That's not you, that's your wife. That's you though, we'll take that one. 2, space between your feet. Slightly offset, but it's a good one. There's a 3. Take that one, that's a lovely stride and space between your feet. 3. I need 2 more. Is that actually what I'm looking for? Oh, no, it's a stair fail. Oh, it is a stair fail. There he is, but it's a wrong angle for him. Beautiful for her. Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. I've got 3 male gates. What's that? There's a nice one. 4, save image. Look at the mincer on the right. It's so obvious, look. This can never be unseen. Once you understand that men walk like soldiers, straight legs, knees together, space between the feet, and then crossed over legs right there. There we go. Again, from the broken leg, look. From the knee swinging around and out. You can tell a man from a woman. We're done. Rachel, Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. I need your face. And that's the one we're going for. Save image. Genevieve Padalecki fails forensics. You should be able to see it. Look at the gaunt looking eyes. The hard staring eyes look. Like Morticia King Adams. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. The creaky and the kooky. We're done. Genevieve Padalecki has got a square jawline, wide male cheekbones, a wide male mouth, rectangular far apart eyes with a brow bone, and a short, sloping forehead. Just like that. We're done. Genevieve, thanks for playing CSI with me. Ruth Connell, final one from Supernatural. Oh, that is a dude. Look at that mastoid. Look at that place to put Mama's spicy meatball. He's flexing his neck back. That's why the chin to tie ratio looks small. He might be a smaller man. Smaller men do have smaller necks. But they're still male necks. They still leave a place to put Mama's spicy meatball. They still have thick mastoids. He's right there. I'm looking at wide-eyed versus wide five-head look. We're looking at an absolute blockhead, wide mouth, deep set eyes. Look at that brow bone. Look how thick that. Look at the cheekbone. Look at the shadow off the cheekbone. Look how wide it is. It's wider than the forehead. And then look at the thickness of that brow bone right there. I'm seeing someone. I can't think who it is. Oh, I know who it is. It's the Labour politician, Angela Rayner. It took a while to remember. Angela Rayner. He's a beefcake, this one. Look at a big ginger monster. Angela Rayner versus Ruth Connell. Uncanny, isn't it? He also look at the chin to tie ratio. He also reminds me of what do they call it? It's got that stupid name, like Concachella. It's like an act. I can't remember his name. He's a big ginger comedian. Off Philomena Crunch. That one, Conch, I don't know what they would call it. Patsy Steer. Oh, there is a bit of Patsy Steer there. Patsy looks more like Maxine Katz to me now. She does. But that's the way it works. They fooled you. And if you carry on enjoying that spell, then so be it. If you enjoy being under someone's spell and lies, then that's your choice. God gave you free will. See, for me, in the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was with God, and God is the Word. He really is. Sound, frequency, and vibration. That's words, right? That's a voice. My voice is sound, frequency, and vibration, and God created this world with His voice using 369, as Tesla calls it. Sound, frequency, and vibration. Whatever, spiritual, ethereal, electrical, because they call him L. I would love to see him before the time's up, you know, but I've got to wait. It's the same for all of us. Loads of people want, like Gav said the other day, why don't God just show Himself to us all and then we'd all change? Because that's no good. It requires faith. It requires faith to see God. It really does. I don't have faith in God anymore. I can see God. I can see Him in nature. I can see His design in chemistry, physics, the equilibrium of life. The very world I'm living in just shows and proves to me that God exists. Someone had to create it. Therefore, I'm a creation. I didn't know what I was created for before. I just ran around like an headless chicken, like everyone else does. You work all your life, you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, and then you die. Well, that matrix system that they've set up for the world that everyone embellishes and loves so much, I don't anymore. I reject it. I reject all of it. I reject all the teachings from it. Whether it's been well documented or not, I don't give a crap. The moon landings were well documented. It's all bollocks. 9/11, everything. I just don't care. I've lived 53 years of my life, and 40 of them were blind. I was absolutely blind to all of this. When Jesus said that he cured the blind man, this is how I feel. I feel like I was cured by him, you know, by his words, by his mercy and his grace. I came in his name. By his grace, I was saved. And that lost feeling that you still have is because you're not surrounded by many people that think the same way as you. That's why it feels lonely. That's why you feel lost, because you're on a narrow path. When he bundles everyone together, none of us will ever feel lonely ever again. You hear me? You get one life, allegedly. There may be karma, and karma makes sense, because imagine living 80 or 100 years down here and being lied to by Satan and committing loads of sin, and then ascending to heaven, getting to the gates, God's there, and he starts showing you all the bull. Well, on the way up, you're going to see the earth flat, aren't you? The bastards! On the way up to heaven, you're like, oh gosh, cave. And you would beg him, wouldn't you, for your eternal soul. If your soul is eternal life, ethereally, as a spirit, and heaven is a much greater place than earth, then you would beg for it, wouldn't you? You would beg him, please send me back. Wipe me memory, send me back, and hope that you find him again on your next try. That would make perfect sense to me. If he gives you 2 chances or more, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, this is my first try at it, and oh Lord, I've messed up, but I was lost, but now I'm found. That's the way I feel. I was lost, but now I'm found. Even on this lonely path, this narrow path, I'm still found. I found the truth. If I found the truth, then he found me. God found me, because I found him in the words. He is the word. He is the truth, the way, and the life. Jesus said, no one comes to the Father except through me. And I didn't understand that before. Through the way you live your life, through honesty, through love, compassion, empathy, all the things that do truly make us in his image, created in his image. All the good things that make mankind, the kindness in man, well, that all comes from God. And all those bits we don't like, well, that comes from Satan. And if you don't believe in these 2 powers, then Satan wins. Satan wins your beautiful soul. And if you've severely messed up in this world, given, except for blasphemy the Holy Spirit. Hating children, in my eyes, is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Because the spirit of a child is not evil, it's not judgmental. But yet they've done these things to children all over the world. This used to be a boy. Satan moved in and gave him ginger hair and a pair of tits. And now he walks around calling himself Ruth. In fact, Ruth is a T. And if you put T in front of Ruth, you get the truth. That's the T. T. Ruth, right there. Transvestigations 101. It will break your heart knowing the truth. It will. I'm not just saying that because of the lie. I'm saying that because of how people are going to treat you. How your best friends and your family and ex-lovers all of a sudden they hate you, right? They do. They hate you with a passion for telling them the truth. But to this day, no matter how much they've done to me, I don't hate them. My friends, my family, even these flip-flops, I don't hate them. The part of this game that I'm playing, where I'm supposed to wake up, find myself, find God, and work my way back to it. 'Cause I'm working my way back to God, yeah. That's where I'm going. And I'm going on a stairway to heaven. I am. The reason there's a highway to hell and a stairway to heaven is because one of those places is expecting. I'm giving you the heads up that God exists. I'm giving you the chance to understand forensics the way I was given it. And fair enough, I learned about the flat earth from flip-flops. I learned about the legal name from flip-flops. I learned about mud floods from flip-flops. And I learned about trans investigations from flip-flops. There must be levels within them, for sure. You know, the higher up ones do worse things. I can't tell you if the likes of Patricia Steer or Jibby or any of these people drink the blood of the innocent and all this that they say to do. I can't prove any of that. It's hearsay. Until it can be proven and you've got absolute evidence of these people doing it, I have to just pull it on the back shelf. What I can prove is that the earth isn't spinning. I can prove that water's always level. I can prove that my eyes cannot see 1,000 miles. So the sun, the moon and the stars has to be closer than 1,000 miles to me. Unless it's magnified under the dome. If the dome magnifies, then it could be 3. Isaac Newton said the sun, the moon and the stars are 3,000 miles away. On his own calculations. Before he invented the globe and gravity, Isaac Newton said that the sun is 3,000 miles away. If it is, then it must be magnified by the dome. Like a looking glass. And that's what they call it, Alice and Looking Glass, right? Alice in Wonderland. All ice in Wonderland, because around the flat earth it's ice. He put a barrier in the way, darkness and coldness. All the elements that you could think of using for fuel will freeze in that environment. Unless, of course, you keep the engine running all the time. You cannot let the engine stop running ever. Otherwise, everything in it freezes. And you tell me God's not amazing. You tell me there is no God. You tell me not to have any faith in the Bible. Yes, I know who wrote the Bible or translated it. I don't know who wrote it because there were many different versions of that book. And the King James Bible, 1611, 911 backwards, or inverted, or 3 6s, however you want to look at it in gematria. He also wrote the Book of Demonology. But the book we're talking about, the King James Bible, was a translation from the Tinsdale. And the Tinsdale was a translation from the Geneva. And the Geneva was a translation from the Ethiopian. And each one of them has got different parts missing. By the time you get to the King James Bible, there was 60,000 differences in the books. Don't get me wrong, I love the book, I love the Bible, I think it's amazing. Genesis, every time I listen or read those words, it just, it makes my heart pound. Knowing that God has the power to create suns and moons by his voice alone. He created all the stars in the sky above you by his voice alone. He created all the life on earth by his voice alone. If that isn't the kingdom and the glory of God, I don't know what is. And like I said, I can't wait to meet him. I want him to show me everything. How he created it. I want to see that moment that he first created life. I want to see the first time he invented light. He separated the light from the dark. Not the sun and the moon. They weren't even invented. He was in darkness and he brought light to darkness. And then he separated the light from the dark. That's day and night. Without a sun and moon, that's still day and night. Because Christopher Hitchens argued this in one of his stupid points. How could there have been day and night when God created the sun and the moon on the fourth day? How come there's no penguins got on the ark? Because it was a flood. Why would you need to take fish and penguins and any aquatic life? Frogs, newts, anything. He doesn't need to because it was a flood. Honestly, it makes me... Sometimes I just... It's better just to be like Christ, isn't it? And just ignore it. That's what he said. Don't cast your pearls among the swine. And this is the hard part. You got to accept that people that you classed as close friends and family are going to turn on you for casting pearls their way. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool most of the people most of the time. But what you can't do is fool all of the people all of the time. I am a living natural bio male. I was born and created in the image of God. I was made to sin by Satan. Disguising men as women. And making porn normalised all my life so that I can't tell the difference of when I'm looking at a man in makeup with fake tits to that of a real woman. The first time this happened to me, when I was so confused that I could not tell the difference between a real woman and a man pretending to be a woman, I wept. God is my witness. I wept. That I could not tell the difference between a man and a woman anymore, let alone the shape of the earth, or if I'm spinning or not, or all these things that come with flat earth. It all went out the window. The minute I realised that I could not recognise a man and a woman anymore. Satan's lie is so big and so terrible that most of the world will not want to even look at this, any of it. And that's the preparation that Christ prepared for you, right? That you're going to walk alone. They tell you in these streets, I walk a lonely life, the only life that I have ever known. Don't know anyone, but it's me and I'm all alone. It's the same thing as telling you, because they got to tell you what they're doing to you. They're telling you you're going to be alone during this journey. You're not alone because you've got God with you. God's watching you. Once you know your Heavenly Father's there, He's your shepherd, right? God is my shepherd. He is my staff. Where I had a jelly-like spine before, He put a rod of iron there. Knowing that I've got one life, one chance to redeem myself for the mistakes I've made. It's like Eminem said, if you had one chance to reclaim everything in this world, would you take it? Or would you just let it slip? Well, that's the chance God gave me. He gave me a chance to reclaim my soul, which is everything in this world. A man is only as true as his word, right? And the word is with God. God is the word. Until you know God, you have no word. My name is Poncho Pete. I'm a biological male. I am here to tell the truth and expose the wicked. And on that bombshell, I'm going. Good night, boys and girls. I will see you all tomorrow. Just remember, God loves you. He thinks you're amazing. He wants you all to know that you were born into and inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy, turvy world. That's all you natural forensics students and skull checkers from around the world. Sweet dreams. Good night. God bless and goodbye. Let me just put supernatural in here. Was I ranting? Sorry. Bye.